Yes, who was that? Somebody had doubt.
That was me, ma'am.
Sahil.
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
For the homework in question 5, I didn't understand what to do.
Okay, so last 10-minute session, when I have this doubt clearing session, you can go ahead with your question.
Ma'am?
Okay.
Yeah, if not, I'm not able to clear, you can just drop me the message in my WhatsApp. Okay? Anyone else?
Ma'am?
Who else?
Ma'am, me, Viksha.
Viksha, last doubt was cleared, like the graphical representation doubt you had, right?
No, ma'am, that was cleared.
Okay, fine. Next, yeah.
In the questions you gave,
Hmm?
we had to refer to velocity as speed.
You have to refer to velocity as?
Speed.
Okay.
But the formulas for velocity and speed are different, right? Why do we say they're both the same?
Which question number is that?
Ma'am, 1.
Okay. Last 10-minute session, I'll just go through that questions.
Yeah, it was 1, 2, and yeah, just 1 and 2.
Sure. Okay. So, yeah. Children, I request you all to please keep your video on. Okay, all of you, please keep your video on, except those who have some internet issues. Anyone with the name of Redmi? Who's that? Anyone using the device with the name Redmi? Okay, so last class, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Last class, we have just understood graphical representation of Newton's motion, or also it is called as equations of motion. So there were three equations of motion. If Ishita, if you can tell me the first equation of motion. What was the first equation of motion we derived in last class? Ishita, if you can hear me. Please.
Yes, yes.
What was the first equation of motion? Okay, Gauri, can you go ahead with the first equation of motion? Gauri.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the first equation of motion using graphical representation we have derived? Okay, Tanveer, go ahead.
Ma'am, it's the final velocity equals to initial velocity plus acceleration into time.
Okay, thank you. Soham, can you go ahead with the second equation of motion? Soham. Soham, as soon as I ask question, where you people? Jikisha, can you go ahead with the second equation of motion? What we have derived in the last class?
Ma'am, the second equation is S is equal to UT
Yes.
into
No,
half
no, it's not multiplication. UT plus.
UT plus half into T into T square into A.
Yes. So second equation of motion is distance is equals to S is equals to UT plus half AT square. Okay. Yeah, good. Then Ishita, I have asked you a question. Are you audible? Like I'm audible to you? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you should have responded, right? I've asked you. Tell me first equation of motion.
Can't hear you properly. Couldn't hear you properly.
Can you let me know third equation of motion using graphical representation? What we have derived? Again, Shiva. Alakmar, can you try?
Ma'am, V square is equal to U square plus 2AS.
Yes. So 2AS is equals to V square minus U square, or V square minus U square is equals to 2AS. So children, I thought of just taking the last subtopic today, and after that I want to just show you the different kind of numericals which is possible. Okay. So which is possible in equations of motion. So I'll go through that numericals also. Everyone can see the screen which I've shared. Okay. So till now, we were just speaking about graphical representation, uniform motion, non-uniform motion, and certain statement, but we never spoke about what happens when there is a motion but it is on a circular path. Okay, so circular path also, if a person is starting from one point and ending at the same point and is covering equal distances, if in the circular motion, can you see the diagram which I have shared? If suppose a person is starting from this blue point and ending at this blue point every 5 minutes, so even such kind of motions where the person is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, even such distances also can be concluded as uniform circular motion. So uniform circular motion, if you are just covering a circular distance, you're just not doing anything, you're just covering the circumference of the circle. That particular point, V is equals to, that is velocity. Velocity, if there is something in your question which is given related to circular motion or uniform circular motion, always your
Circumference by
velocity,
time.
yeah, velocity is 2 pi r, that is circumference by time. So this is the only formula for uniform circular motion. Okay, is that clear to everyone? You don't need to learn any statement here, just understand the formula. Uniform circular motion is 2 pi r, that is circumference of the circle divided by time. So everyone be ready with the notebook also, because in the next slides I'll be taking some numericals. And just write this heading and write down this particular formula for uniform circular motion. B is equals to 2 pi r divided by t.
Ma'am,
Yes, who is that?
Viksha.
Yeah.
Ma'am, if an object is going around the circle from the blue point and stopping at the blue point, then its displacement would be 0, right?
Okay, so displacement will be 0 if it is mentioned in your question that you are working with only displacement.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if the displacement is
yeah.
0, then how
Then
will the velocity?
surely, and but if he is starting from one point and ending at the same point, you will, if it is being asked regarding velocity, okay, so usually they will ask you regarding velocity. In that particular case, you will say displacement is 0. Surely you will have such questions also, but you may have such question there where they're not speaking about the distance travel. Okay, they will just give you the radius and the time that the person have completed half of the circle or all those things. Pi value you already know, right? 22 by 7.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
So substituting those values, you will just find the velocity. Every time need not to be that the person is completing whole circular this thing. If in question it is mentioned regarding displacement, then surely what you are saying is correct. I will get a numerical based on that also, surely.
Ma'am, so ma'am, how many ever times you take the round of the like?
That depends, Tanveer. That depends, Tanveer. That depends on the question what is being asked to you.
So, like if you take,
if I just say I have a circular path and the person have covered half the distance in the circular path, where the radius of my circular path is 10 meters. Okay, so you just substitute in the velocity formula because radius is given and time is given to you, and 10 meters in certain time. So you just substitute in the same formula to understand what is the velocity of the person, only the velocity of the person. What happens? You people have to understand it will be circular path which is attached to a linear path. Possible?
Yes, ma'am.
So there is a track which is semicircle and it is again attached to a road which is linear.
Okay.
So such cases also are possible. Okay. Is this clear to everyone? I'll go to the numerical slide. I'll start with the numerical session. Everyone here? Soham, can you on your camera? I've asked you one question and without responding you have just okay. Just see the question, everyone, and start writing the given. No need to write the question again. Everyone just write the given. As I read the question, I'll split the question into the given points and what you need to find. So just make a note of it. A train is traveling at a speed of 90 km per hour. Everyone?
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Ma'am, do you have to write the question also?
No, just write the given. So just write speed, initial, a train is traveling with the speed. So that is your initial velocity.
Okay.
Everyone just write the given thing. I'm not asking you to write the question over there. Okay. So given is 90 km per hour. Anyone that they have told you if you have a given velocity which is in kilometer per hour, how you will convert into meter per second? I
So
told you a
5 by
ratio.
Multiply with 5 by 18.
18.
Yes, good. So multiply this 90 into 5 by 18. Always, anything given in kilometer per hour, it's better to convert into meter per second because that is the SI unit, standard unit. Okay?
Ma'am, but they gave the speed over here. Why is that considered as the
A train is
velocity?
traveling at a speed is nothing but it's already traveling, it's already in motion, so that will be your velocity. Train is changing its speed, right? Change in speed is nothing but velocity. Viksha, right? You?
Yes, ma'am.
If any object is changing its speed, it's nothing but it's changing its velocity. It's almost the velocity.
Ma'am, but the formula of speed is distance by time. Velocity. The formula for velocity is displacement by time.
Okay. So if you want to consider this as initial speed, also you can consider that as initial speed. Okay, Viksha. But when you come to substitution of formula, so you are considering your u as your initial speed. But in speed is nothing as initial and final. There's only thing. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So you can consider that's fine. But the formula should be same from equation of motion. Okay. After that, brakes are applied. So everyone have written the given. After that, there is a question. Brakes are applied so as to produce a uniform acceleration of. Here, acceleration is given. Anyone can relate me. Brakes are applied. After applying brake, what will be your final velocity?
0.
0.
So you have to understand in this particular question, they have not mentioned you final velocity or the terminal velocity. You know to see that word terminal. They have not mentioned you the final velocity. So you have to understand using the statement, the second statement. Everyone here, brakes are applied means it is going to stop. If it is going to stop means its final velocity is going to be 0. Okay. After this is clear. Okay. If you are who's that?
Ma'am, does terminal velocity mean a final velocity?
Yes. You can write final velocity. No need to use that word terminal. There is no hard and fast rule of using that word terminal.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Everyone just see in the second statement, they have ended with a value of acceleration which is minus 0.5 meter per second square. Now, why this negative have arrived? Anyone? Veera, can you try?
Because the speed is reducing. No, the velocity is reducing.
Yes. That is why acceleration given to you is 0.5 meter per second square. Now, find how far the train will go before it is brought to rest. How far is means what here? So, John, how far means what here? What we have to find here?
The distance.
Yes, good. So, we have initial velocity, we have final velocity, we have acceleration. Now, using 3 conclusion, you can understand which formula you have to use.
Yeah.
Yes? Everyone, is there any time dependency there? No. So you have to understand we cannot the second equation of formula. So here which formula you have to use? V square minus U square is equals to 2AS. Substitute in the formula, make it fast. If you're not able to do for the calculation, you can do after the class also. But use that formula. And why that formula is being used, write that condition in your book. Why you're using that formula, please write that condition in the book. Anyone have doubt in this particular question?
Ma'am, we can use the first and second formulas also to get the answer, right?
Who's that?
Vansh.
Vansh, in first formula, how you can find distance?
In the first formula, we can get the time. And then using the second formula, we can get the distance.
You can go ahead. You can go ahead. That is fine. But that is too long, this thing. When you have understood, you have 3 formulas with you. You can go ahead with that also.
Okay, fine.
So what he is saying, everyone, the first formula, V is equals to U plus AT. In that he will find the time, okay? And using that time, he will substitute in the second. Who is that? Please mute yourself. Okay, so he will find time from the first formula, and he says then he will use the time in the second formula. That is S is equals to UT plus half 80 square. That is also fine, but that will be too long.
I mean, instead, can't we do it directly?
Directly, that's what I'm saying. You have a direct formula. You don't need to complicate your question so much. But you can try it out. It's absolutely fine and it's correct also. Done here up to this part, everyone? Hardik, are you done?
No, ma'am. 1 second.
Yeah, sure. Any doubts in calculation part, please let me know. And children, when you're writing, given should be or it is must. Whether you're able to solve it, whether you're not able to solve it, please make sure you write the given thing. Navya, are you fine with this particular question? Okay. Can I go ahead with the second one? Next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so just see the question, everyone, again. A trolley which is while going down an inclined plane has an acceleration of 2 centimeter per second square. What will be its velocity after 3 seconds the start? So everyone have to understand using the statement, a trolley while going down an inclined plane. So the trolley have started from rest. So your initial velocity will be 0. Already they have given you acceleration in centimeter second square. Everyone, given while writing the given, acceleration is in 2 centimeter per second square. Convert the centimeter into meter. So it will be 0.02 meter second square. Please make sure that you are converting the proper value into the standard international unit.
Ma'am, in the answer you've given it a 6 centimeter s, like to the power the square.
Per second.
Should it be 1?
What? I didn't understand you. Please. Please, can you repeat your
Velocity
question?
of the trolley after. Yes, ma'am, I am. That's for the velocity of the trolley after 3 seconds will be per second, but you've done it to the power of -2. Should it be -1? The same.
In the previous question.
No, this question. In the answer.
I'll go ahead. I'll just explain you. Just wait. Yeah. So up to acceleration part is done. Time it is given as 3 seconds.
You don't need to convert it to meter per second, right? You can keep it.
Which one?
No, in this
Acceleration.
You have to convert. You have to convert
it.
Yeah, because one thing, it's always your final answer. They have given the final velocity is 6 centimeter second square. It's always better to convert because most of the time they will ask you in standard international, that is meter and second. Most of the time it is the meter per second conversions only required. Here it is possible that in centimeter it is this statement. That is why it's been added, but make sure you convert into meter per second square. Okay?
Ma'am?
Yeah?
Do we have to convert it into meter per second Even they don't mention it.
Usually, every time you have to convert it, Veera, because they will not mention it, but your final answer always will be in SI unit, that is meter per second. Standard international unit only you follow, and this is for grade 9. So definitely that expectation of conversion is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have time, we have acceleration, your initial velocity is 0. So you need to find the final velocity. So final velocity is equals to V is equals to U plus AT. After seeing the given, we have understood we have to use the first equation of motion. So V is equals to U is 0 plus A is 0.02 into T is 3. So that gives you 0.06 meter per second square. So your final velocity is 0.06 meter per second square. Children, please make sure these equations of motion, when you are substituting in numerical, you are very used to it, because the next chapter what I'm going to take is related to this. The best part in physics is that we have 5 chapters, and the first 4 chapters, all 4 chapters are interrelated. Until unless you're not understanding first, you will face difficulty in second. Second is related to third. Third is related to fourth. So this equations of motion you will be using up to 4th chapter. So please make sure the first, second, third and fourth, except the 5th chapter which is entirely different, these 4 chapters are interrelated. And these equations of motion, you will just keep on adding on learning thing. With that you will be using this part. Okay. All of you done with this particular question? Yes?
Ma'am, I'm about, I'm up to finish. Can you wait for 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure. Till then, anyone have doubt in this so that I can clarify your doubt?
No, ma'am.
Anirudh S, you have joined now this year? Okay, fine. Welcome. And then this one, Vaidegi?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Hi, welcome. Sahil also you have joined this year? Sahil?
Not exactly.
Okay.
I left last year and I'm joining again.
Okay, fine. And Diksha, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll get back to the next question. Now, again see the given part. Everyone, a motorboat starts from rest. So already they're saying a statement, a motorboat is starting from rest. That explains your initial velocity will be 0. Everyone just see the statement. Don't directly jump into the solution part, please. A motorboat starting from rest. So this particular rest terms indicates you that initial velocity is 0. On a lake, accelerates in a straight line at a constant rate of 3 meter per second square. So this accelerates in a straight line is nothing but the acceleration value. So your acceleration value, how you have to understand the difference between whether you're this acceleration in a straight line It's your final velocity or initial. Can you see the unit here? No need to get confused, children. 3 meter per second square, it should surely be your acceleration. Okay, so your acceleration of the boat is 3 meter per second square for 8 seconds. So your time is also given to you. Now what you have to find, how far does the boat travel during this time?
No, ma'am, you have to find the distance.
Okay.
96.
Who is that using Redmi? Aman, is that you? Aman?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, okay, fine. So you have joined now.
Yeah, ma'am.
Why?
We have joined through mobile, ma'am. Actually, in my laptop is not working. It is not taking in the laptop.
Because initially I didn't understand. It was just showing Redmi, and it was not this was off. Video was off. That's why.
Yeah. That's why I just tried through my mobile actually.
Okay, Aman, I'll just end of the session. I'll do a summary. So take a photo of the questions which I've done. Okay.
Okay.
Because you've already missed a lot part, so just take the photograph. Okay, everyone here. So how far does the boat travel during this time? So what all you have your initial velocity, you have acceleration of the boat, you have time. So which formula will be applicable in this case to find S? Hardik, can you try out the form? Can you tell me the formula after seeing the given values? Try it out. Yeah. So your formula is S is equals to ut plus half at square. Atharva. Yeah, are you doing or what are you doing there?
I'm doing only now.
Okay. So write the second equation of motion. One more thing, children, please, whenever you are writing the equation, okay, you have to write there which equation you are using. So this S is equals to ut plus half at square is the second equation of motion. So you have to write the second equation of motion and then write the equation. So S is equals to ut plus half at square. Therefore, total distance traveled by the boat in 8 seconds. So just substitute the values and get the answer. Now itself do it, please. It'll take only 1 minute. Yeah.
Didn't you give all these questions for homework last week?
I don't think so.
Not this one.
You did, ma'am.
Ma'am, these are homework.
No. I thought of giving you from Oswald, but Oswald book are being given in worksheets. In your worksheets, the pull-out worksheets are with you people, right? So that is why if you have any doubt session, you can come with the question. We can solve. These questions includes variety of equations of motion. That is why I have taken this in the session. So anyone have doubt?
But these were homework last time.
I don't think this motorboat question was there. Maybe the last 2 questions were there because this was maybe their trolley question.
No, ma'am. You gave 5 questions.
Yes,
ma'am. But that was in-text question, right, Pisha?
But then motorboat was one was not there in that.
I have not given any exercise question. That was in-text question. Again, I make sure these are exercise part questions I'm taking now.
Oh, okay.
Given exercise.
So if it is I will not include this in homework. So I'll go for the Oswald worksheet question. Okay. I have an Oswald book where similar questions are there in the worksheet also. So I will go through the worksheets part. Okay. So this is done, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
1 minute, ma'am.
Sure. So always your numerical goes with a given with the formula from where you have got the formula. Substitution with the final answer, and final answer includes the proper unit.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, just see this one. Now this particular question is split into 2 sub questions. A stone is thrown. Yeah.
This is the question I had the doubt in.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. So I'll explain you. A stone is thrown in a vertically upward direction with a velocity of 5 meter per second. Okay, so a stone is thrown. So already they are saying its initial velocity. Everyone, the first statements express you the initial velocity, which is 5 meter per second. Okay. If the acceleration of the stone during its motion, it's already going upwards, all of you, it's already going upwards. If the acceleration of a stone during this motion is 10 meter per second square in the downward direction. So here, all of you just try to analyze, if you are just throwing something upward, it at some point it will return back at some particular height. Just try to analyze, if you're just trying to throw something upward, after attaining a certain height, it will return from that point. Okay, why I have taken the v in final velocity as 0 here, the maximum height it goes, and from that particular point it comes back down. Maximum height, when you just throw something or you want to do it in your practically, just throw something there, and the maximum height, when you're throwing something from a maximum height, it will return back. So the maximum height from where it is returning back, at that particular case, your velocity becomes 0. Am I clear with this point? This is the most important point in this particular question. When you throw something, it will be going up and up and up, and on a particular point, it will be returning. So the point where it is returning, in that particular case, your final velocity becomes 0. Okay?
Ma'am, can you repeat it again?
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, if you have a stone, here they're saying a stone, okay? You have taken a stone, or already with certain good amount of energy, have thrown the stone upward, okay? So when that particular stone is thrown upward, the person is saying in the question, velocity is 5 meter per second, okay? The stone is going upward, upward and upward, but at a particular point, the stone will stop and return to downward direction. That particular point where the stone is stopping and returning downward, the point where it will come down, at that particular point, your velocity, final velocity will be 0. Just a minute, 1 minute. I can use one. So that particular point where the height, it goes to the maximum height, from that point it's going to fall down again. Simple statement, a stone is going to fall down again. In that particular point, your final velocity will be 0. Am I clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this first particular statement explains you a lot in this question. And the acceleration of stone during its motion is, Veer, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Ma'am, why do we take the velocity formula to find the speed?
Okay, so here nowhere, is there anything which is related to speed written over here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Can you see the term acceleration there in your question? So acceleration is just related to velocity. You have to understand it. They will be not mentioning you anything there. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
And it's clearly mentioned in this question as velocity. Okay?
Ma'am, I have one more doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what is time frame?
Huh?
What is time frame?
Okay, I'll come back. Just give me a minute. I'm looking for a whiteboard option. Can you see the whiteboard which I'm sharing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So just see, I have a stone here. What happens? Now this particular stone is thrown. So already they have given you the velocity from which the particular stone is thrown. And what you're doing in this particular case, the stone is thrown upward. It's going up, and at a particular point, the stone will return down. So this particular point itself, I tried to say you that your final velocity in this particular point will be 0. Because it's stopping at this point and then returning back. So your final velocity at this particular point becomes 0. Now it's clear to everyone. Already it's traveling with a certain good velocity, but at certain point, the velocity becomes 0 and it returns, comes down. So this particular velocity, final velocity small v is 0. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'll get back to the question though that was being asked. 1 minute. So terminal velocity or final velocity comes, yeah.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. In this, why have the initial velocity taken as 5 meter per second? Why not 0? Because when the person or someone throws it,
okay.
at that time the thing will be 0, no?
Yeah, the stone is already thrown. Can you see the word thrown?
Yeah, so from the midair,
already it's traveling. It's traveling. Okay. The stone will be thrown. Will makes you to understand. You have to take your u is equals to 0. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Ma'am, what is time frame?
Huh?
What is time frame?
Where is that term used here? Can you let me know?
It's in the last line.
Okay, I'll explain you. Just give me. I am just going step by step. I'll come to that last statement also. Okay. Children, acceleration here it's given as 10 meter per second square. So you have written the acceleration. Acceleration going upward will be 10. Or going downward will be 10. Anyone? Acceleration. Acceleration due to gravity, the term is there, right? You know, right, that particular term. So anything falling down will be considered as positive. Anything going up you can consider as negative. Acceleration due to gravity, all of you. Anything you're throwing will come down. That is because of acceleration due to gravity.
Ma'am, so suppose the acceleration while throwing the stone upwards was
positive.
25 meters per second.
If you're considering, that is your choice. If you're considering upward as positive, then you have to consider downward as negative.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. It was supposed to be negative.
Yeah.
So the downward acceleration would be positive.
Yeah.
So it would be 25 meters per second.
Yeah. So as per third equation, now what you have to find, what will be the height attained by the stone and how much time. So you have to find time as well as the height. So height you can find using the second equation of motion. V square minus u square is equals to 2as. So s is equals to 0 minus 5, 2 into 10. Yeah. So your distance comes here as
1.25 meters.
Yeah. So now you have your final velocity, you have initial velocity, you have distance, you have acceleration. You need to find time. So for finding time, we can go again for equation, that is first equation of motion. V is equals to u plus 8. Yeah. Therefore, time taken by the stone to reach the maximum height is v minus u by a. V is 0, u is 5, and here minus 10 because it's coming back. So time taken is equals to 0.5 seconds. Whether you're taking minus and plus doesn't matter, but you have to understand which direction you are considering the acceleration due to gravity as plus and which direction you are considering acceleration due to gravity as minus. Therefore, the maximum distance height reached by the stone is 1.25 meters. And time frame is, time frame here word is being used here, those who had a doubt. Time frame is just because word is being used because a stone is thrown upward and that particular stone is coming down.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a time frame for that particular object to so much of change in velocity. You can just write time. Your time frame value is just a fancy word, but you can use a word time. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is all for today's session. The calculation part you can do it later if you have not completed. But I hope the theoretical part and the points you have understood here clearly. Those who have missed, those who have joined late, if you want to take a screenshot, Aman, I'll just again get back to the questions which I have taken. Today we covered uniform circular motion and few numericals based on equations of motion. Children, try to solve the worksheet. If you can just anyone just check me and let me know the worksheet number for equations of motion. I'm not sure about the worksheet number in your worksheet, pull out worksheet. So just tell me the worksheet number later, and if it is having questions based on equations of motion, you can start solving that.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
The first one had.
Okay. So first one I already did.
Yes.
I have already given us homework, first one.
No.
No. Okay, fine. I'll give. Who's that? Yeah. Please go ahead.
Ma'am, do we have to do worksheets in a classwork?
Worksheet. There's any space in worksheet like questions, numerical questions between?
I didn't understand.
No. In your pull-out worksheet, is there a space to solve in the same worksheet?
No.
No. So you can do in your notebook.
Okay, ma'am.
Just write the correct worksheet number and you can start in the notebook itself. Okay. And
Yes,
please put back that worksheet properly in the file again after doing it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that's all for today's session, children. Thank you so much.
And then
Thank
if they
you, ma'am.
have, ma'am.
Yeah, Veera.
If they have space, we can do in the worksheet itself.
If it is there, I don't think it's there. And anyway, numericals will take some space.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Thank you.
How are you, Siddharth, now?
Fine.
Your health is fine?
I don't want to go to Karnataka.
Okay. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.